When I was younger, I thought the future food will be in the form of pills. You swallow one or two of them and you're good to go. It's 20 years later now, and the way we consume food isn't changing very much. However, there are some products that try replacing real food with a mix of nutrients that comes in the form of powder. I found a nice company called Jimmy Joy that makes them and ordered a batch that should be enough for 2 weeks with the intent of testing it out. I think you're supposed to replace only 1 or 2 meals a day, but for the sake of this video I will eat only them. Okay, but why am I doing this? First of all, I'd like to see how much time am I wasting for food-related activities like shopping, preparing the food, eating and cleaning afterwards. I prepare all my meals by myself and I've noticed that it takes a huge chunk of my day, often getting me away from work. I want to test it out, how much more time will I have eating this way and whether I see any differences in my productivity. Secondly, I'm just very curious about the idea of living on this astronaut diet. I know they're eating much better on ISS nowadays, but that was my idea of it when I was younger. I am doubtful that it would be healthy or pleasurable in long term, but I think it could be very convenient in certain situations, like traveling. If it works well, I can see myself taking a bag of the powder in my carry-on luggage when flying somewhere to the other side of the globe, instead of devouring snacks or eating junk food in the airports. The same goes for camping or hiking for longer periods of time. This would be the most convenient way of carrying food with you. What am I planning to do is to eat those shakes for 2 weeks. I'll have 4 meals a day, which adds up to around 2,800 kilocalories, 180 grams of protein, 65 of fats, and 3,300 of carbs. The ingredients of the powder are oat flour, mix of protein powders, and flax seed. There's also a huge list of vitamins and minerals that's added, so at least on paper, it looks pretty much like everything you need. I also did some body shots, however I'm not expecting any significant changes because I will try to eat as much as I feel I need. I'm about to eat my first shake meal, and that means I'm not gonna have any fresh food for the next 14 days. I feel pretty confident and excited, but I guess it's gonna get difficult when I start missing regular food. I chose banana flavor first, so let's see how it tastes. Half liter of water. It smells like protein shake. 3 scoops of the powder. It is pretty full. Let's give it a shake. You can smell a banana. It tastes exactly like I expected. And that means protein powder mixed with oatmeal and a little bit of flavoring. It's not very sweet, which is a good thing for me because I don't like things that are too sweet. It is not super tasty, but it's not bad. I don't mind the taste at all. Just finished my meal and I feel satiated, that's for sure. I'm really glad about the taste because I have terrible experience with vegan protein shakes. This is day 4 of the experiment and I gotta tell you, I feel great. I'm not hungry, I have no cravings, and my energy levels are pretty much constant throughout the day. And that was an issue before because it fluctuated a lot. I was getting very hungry and tired before eating, and afterwards I was getting sleepy. I think it is so much better now because I eat my meals regularly and they are all the same size. And that brings me to the next point, how easy and quick it is to prepare the shake. Because of that, you don't have to schedule your day around food breaks. To give you an example, right now I'm going to do a workout, but before leaving I was getting a little bit hungry. Normally I would have to stay back, cook something, eat, wait a couple of minutes, and only then just go. But today I quickly prepared the shake that I could sip on the way and left right away. It saves so much time and is very convenient. At this time I started using hot water for shakes and leaving them to cool off for 10-15 minutes. It makes the texture of the liquid much smoother as the oat flour gets dissolved a little bit. I'd recommend doing that if you don't like the grainy consistency. This is day 7, so I'm halfway through the planned 2 weeks. Today I wanted to test my strength, so I went to my usual spot to train. I wanted to try doing full ROM handstand push-ups as a test because I had a real struggle doing them before. As it turned out, I was able to do a few single reps, so that would mean that my strength is not impacted negatively by eating this way, rather the opposite. Maybe I lost some weight and because of that the exercise was a little bit easier. I'm just not sure because I don't have a scale at my place. I'm at day 12 right now and things have been getting worse and worse. I think it started somewhere around day 8. I wasn't really getting satiated after eating a meal. I wasn't hungry, but I wasn't satiated either. It's kind of difficult to explain, but it doesn't feel normal. I also started to feel considerably weaker and I get tired more quickly. In the middle of what would be my regular workout before, I feel totally out of energy, so my training suffers as well. I am looking forward to this experiment coming to an end. Today is the last day of the experiment and I'm really happy about that. Everything that I said 2 days ago is still true, so I'm pretty weak and sluggish. Mentally, however, I'm feeling much better because tomorrow, finally, I'm gonna have some regular food. It's not even that I got tired of this goo, I just miss feeling strong and full of energy instead of just being meh. Tomorrow morning I'm also gonna do some body shots for the comparison, but I can already tell that I lost some weight. Those last 2 weeks weren't easy. In the beginning I had no issues and I felt fine, but as time passed it was getting more and more difficult. After day 7 I began feeling weaker and this trend continued until the end. I started having cravings for various foods, especially when I felt the smell of something cooking. In this period I also couldn't get satiated properly. I wasn't hungry, but something was off. Based on what I have experienced, I wouldn't recommend switching to eating 100% of your food in the form of meal replacement shakes. However, if you're going camping or hiking for 2 or 3 days and you don't want to be bothered with food too much, then it's definitely a great solution. You just pack a couple of bags of the powder in your backpack, and as long as you have water, you don't have to think about food anymore. I know I'm gonna use that product when traveling because it's just super convenient. Another great way of using that shake is as a backup food. Let's say you have to leave home quickly and you don't have time to prepare anything to eat, but you know you're gonna get hungry in an hour. You can just take shaker with powder with you and then just add water and eat it whenever you get hungry. What I loved the most about those 2 weeks was not having to go shopping. Normally I'd have to constantly plan what I'm going to eat in the next 2 or 3 days to be able to buy everything I need while I'm at the shop. During this period, however, I had food for 2 weeks in my room, so that space in my mind was freed and that felt good. Generally, I felt I have more free time and that was great. But I've also noticed that eating is something more than just drinking some kind of a goo to get rid of hunger. Now I will appreciate different colors, smells, textures, temperatures, and tastes way more. Well, at least until I get used to it again. If you'd like to try the Jimmy Joy shakes for yourself, the link to the online shop is in the description below. Thanks for watching.